and welcome back to another video of jPlay. I am Marcus, and unfortunately I was a little bit down because of a flu, but here I am back again in the saddle. And I have to confess, there's a huge pile of games I wanted to do a walkthrough, run through, or even a full playthrough, but nevertheless I want to do my second Kickstarter preview video where we just want to talk you through some of interesting and upcoming Kickstarter campaigns. And as you can see, my very first game for today would be Star Traders by David Ladyman. You also see that it will run for around 32 more hours until you will be able to see this video. I think it's definitely some hours less, maybe 24 to 20 or something like that. Don't really know when I would have the time to cut all this stuff together, but I really hope that there is still some time left for you in order to back this game. Right now it's around 10,000 bucks that I'm missing, but we are talking about over 600 backers already, which isn't that bad. Okay, what is this game all about? It's a competitive cargo delivery sci-fi board game. I'm into sci-fi board games. I also like pick up and delivery kind of games. The Merchant of Venus is really a game I enjoy a lot. I also enjoy the second edition, I have to confess that. And what you get with the game, you see it for yourself. There are these luck and contract cards. I think they serve some dual purpose here. You get those player mats, you get those rocket ships, 6 sets of those station rings in order to build your little Star Trader empire here. And overall I think you need to pay 50 bucks in order to get the game. Yeah, that's correct. And as far as I can remember, let me scroll up a little bit. Yes, there it is. It's US friendly and also EU friendly. So overall, relatively good deal for you guys if you are into games like this. If you want to know how Star Traders looks and feels, there are 2 great videos here on the campaign page. So there's one shorter one, how to play. I think they're demoing 1 or 2, 3 turns, explaining the core rules. But if you want to have more meat, you really want to experience the whole game, then they also shared this full playthrough video down there, which is really kind of decent and it gives you a very good feel on how this game actually looks and feels. In respect to components, there are those nice little starships, really reminding me of those little spaceships they used to travel to the moon in Tintin. There are those station rings, some of those cargo markers, those Starbucks, basically the currency in the game, and I have to be honest with you, I don't really like the look of those. Not sure if those are the final components. And of course there are those contract cards that serve dual purpose. I think I explained that to you already. And last but not least, of course, this nice little game board here, which you will use in order to navigate through the galaxy. And I guess in order to win the game, you see it for yourself, you have to gain some prestige points. This is the track you see here on this image. You have to collect some Starbucks or the currency, you have to build your stations, and then you have to petition the Emperor and complete your Imperial mission to be declared the Star Tsar. So in the end, it's basically all down to those prestige points. Again, have a look at the campaign. I will certainly put a link to the campaign into the description of this video, and if you like it, you can reach out to Kickstarter and back it for yourself. The next game is Jugger, the tabletop game Dark Skull Heroes, which is of course based on the same movie Jugger with Rutger Hauer. Not sure, is it from the 90s? I believe it is, yeah. And it's really a very, very cool little flick. I'm not sure how often I saw it, but I absolutely loved it back in my days. This game is actually based also on some, I think an actual sport, to be honest. So it seems that in Australia and maybe other countries as well, this game seems to be pretty popular out on the field. Of course, I think they are not really hitting each other with those mean clubs. I think they are fighting with more protected weapons here, but overall it really looks kind of fun. And if you really are interested, there is a great movie that shows a lot of actual footage of teams playing this awesome game. When I recorded this, there were 56 backers. You see it for yourself. They were able to already collect nearly 9,000 Australian dollars, but the goal seems to be relatively high. Not sure how much they really need in order to realize this game, but 51,000 Australian dollars seems to be quite a bit, but at least it's also European friendly, US friendly, it's Australia friendly with this nice little kangaroo, and even Canada friendly shipping. So I think all those three countries I mentioned last, they also seem to have a relatively decent shipping cost. For a European Union, it's only EU friendly, so you might save some bucks in respect to customs and taxes, but at least that is something. The campaign is still running for 26 more days, so it's not unlikely that the game will get funded, and I really hope it will get funded because it's really looking very, very interesting. And if you really love the movie like I did, you should really check out the campaign here. And if you don't know the movie, I also recommend you to watch the movie. Yeah, and here is what you get in order to lead your Dark Skull heroes to victory. So you see this game board here, which is hex based. It's a two-player game, if I have not mentioned this already. And below the game board, you see a lot of awesome little components, a lot of dice, a lot of those cardboard tokens where you can form your team, manage your team, equip your team. So this really looks very, very neat. And I think the campaign speaks of over 400 game components in total. And I believe I read somewhere here on the main page that there is also a Tabletopia free section in order to test this game for yourself. I think you don't even need to have a subscription for Tabletopia in order to test it for yourself. So this really looks very, very intriguing. And again, I really encourage you to reach out to the campaign page and yeah, grab yourself a copy. The first two games were kind of underdogs, now coming to something very popular right now on the Geek and also here on Kickstarter, the Goonies adventure card game. Here I'm really surprised that this adventure card game is not copyrighted by Fantasy Flight Games, but maybe this will happen anytime soon. The Goonies is of course based on the same movies from the 80s, which I absolutely loved in my late childhood. Let's put it that way. They are well underway. There's still 90 days to go. They already have collected 24,000 bucks. And yeah, the game really, really looks very interesting. Anyone for chocolate? The Goonies is a cooperative game where you basically play the roles of Mikey, Bran, Chunk, Mouth, Andy, and some of the other Goonies here as well in order to find One-Eyed Willie's treasure. But of course you want to avoid his mean little booby traps and also want to get away of the Fratellis who want the treasure for themselves. What really seems to be pretty unique, you don't get your individual turns. No, you have to build a collective pool of your cards in order to form the actions that your teams is going to do. So really seems to be a very, very interesting and unique little twist, and I'm really curious how this will actually feel like. Of course, there are testimonials here on the page. You also see a lot of interesting gameplay videos where you can really see how this game feels and if it's something for you. But I really have to say I enjoyed it a lot, and if you are into the Goonies, then this game is absolutely a no-brainer for you. Again, very neat, US friendly, Canada friendly, and European Union friendly shipping. Unfortunately, the guys from Australia do have to pay the full price in this case, but overall the game is really not that expensive. So you can get the base game for 25 US dollars, and for the 35 pledged level you already also get the Goonies playing cards. Not sure if I really like them, but it's a nice add-on to your pledge level if you want to support the campaign. There's also this $45 pledge level where you get the adventure card game and the nice little gift box here as well. And all of those pledge levels seems to have free US shipping, but again, the shipping to other countries is also relatively reasonable as well. What do you get in the box? You have those exploration tiles, you have some item cards, the counter cards, and of course the 7 main character cards and those location cards. Overall, it's a relatively lightweight game in respect to components, but it really seems like a hell of a lot of fun. As said, you still have about 19 days to go in order to back this game and help unlocking some additional stretch goals. And last but not least, there is an interesting update for Sire Legends of a Drift System, which is a game I also did a playthrough quite a while back. It's really a game I love a lot. It needed a little bit of house drilling, but apart from that, it's just pure fun. I really love this kind of games here. And he seems to be working on a Sire Expansion, as will be a new campaign. And right now he's looking for some playtesters. Hey backers, long time no talk. I'm pleased to announce that I've been officially working on an expansion for Sire. And of course, it will be coming to Kickstarter later this year. And yeah, check out yourself. He's recruiting for playtester. There's a little Google form where you can apply to get a playtester for the Sire Expansion. And yeah, this brings me to the end of my second Kickstarter roundup for March. I was really hoping for a bi-weekly video series right now. Unfortunately, I told you at the beginning of this video I was out sick, so I was not able to do a lot of stuff, but it's still March at least, so I was able to do 2 of those videos in March, and I really hope that I can keep the frequency for now. Really hope you enjoyed it for today. Hope you found some interesting campaigns out there. Check them all out, back them, help them to make their dreams come true, and really hope to see you soon in one of my other videos. And until then, bye bye.